Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Lalema Aneja Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant wins vote of confidence in Assembly. BSP Chief Maywati announces not to contest Lok Sabha election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says his government worked with the spirit of India first instead of family first. Institutions were the biggest casualty of dynastic politics in the past. Gauhati High Court declares strikes, road or rail blockades as illegal and directs police to lodge FIRs against organizations calling for bandh. Germany initiates move at European Union to designate Jaish-e-Mohammed Chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist. And in sports, at South Asian Football Federation Women's Championship, India to take on Bangladesh in semi-finals at Biratnagar shortly. In another semis, Nepal beat Sri Lanka. In Goa, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant today won the vote of confidence in the Legislative Assembly. The BJP-led coalition government garnered the support of 20 MLAs, which include 11 from the BJP, 3 MLAs each from MGP and GFP, and 3 independents. Our correspondent reports that 15 MLAs voted against the motion that include 14 from the Congress and 1 NCP legislator.
The support of at least 19 MLAs was required to pass the floor test in the 40-member Goa Assembly, the strength of which has been currently reduced to 36 following resignations of 2 MLAs and demise of 2 including former Chief Minister Parrikar. Congress continues to be the main opposition in the Assembly as well as the single largest party with 14 MLAs while BJP has 12 legislators including the Speaker. GFP and MGP have 3 MLAs each in the House which includes 3 independents and 1 NCP legislator. The one-day assembly session commenced with a motion of condolence during which tributes were paid to former Chief Minister Parrikar, former Deputy Chief Minister Francis D'Souza and former Deputy Speaker of the Goa Legislative Assembly Vishnu Wad who passed away recently. The proceedings of the House were conducted by Deputy Speaker Michael Lobo. With Saikat Sarkar, Mukesh Thari for AIR News from Panaji, Goa.
Bahujan Samaj Party Chief Maywati has announced that she will not contest 2019 Lok Sabha election, keeping in mind the current political situation. Ms. Maywati announced her decision in an impromptu press conference in Lucknow.
देश के वर्तमान हालात में जरूरत को देखते हुए तथा अपनी पार्टी की मूवमेंट के व्यापक हित के साथ साथ जनहित व देश हित का भी यही तकाजा है कि मैं लोकसभा का चुनाव अभी नहीं लड़ूं.
The BSP chief said her party is in a strong alliance with Samajwadi Party and Rashtriya Lok Dal and it is more important for the alliance to win more seats rather than her own victory. However, she said she will contest the election later if there is a need for it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched a sharp attack on the Congress over dynastic politics, saying that its biggest casualty are the institutions. In a blog, Mr. Modi said, from the press to parliament, from soldiers to free speech, from the constitution to the courts, nothing was spared. He said the mandate of 2014 was epoch-making also because it was for the first time in the history of India that a non-dynastic party was blessed with a complete majority. The Prime Minister said his government worked with the spirit of India first instead of family first. He said, over the last 5 years, the Indian economy has been the cynosure of the world's eyes. He said, country has made remarkable achievements in sanitation coverage from 38% in 2014 to 98% now, banking the unbanked, financing the unfinanced, building futuristic infrastructure, homes for the homeless, providing health care for the poor, and educating the youth. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address over 25 lakh chowkidars through audio bridge medium this evening and share the colours of Holi with them. Party's media head and Rajya Sabha member Anil Baluni said this is a part of a series of initiatives under the Main Bhi Chowkidar outreach program. Mr. Modi is also scheduled to interact with people who have pledged their support to the Main Bhi Chaukidar campaign from 500 places in the country on the 31st of this month. Congress President Rahul Gandhi said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has relegated the Prime Minister's office to a publicity minister's office by indulging in mediocrity in a highly sophisticated country. Mr. Gandhi was interacting with students of Manipur State Film Development Society in the state capital, Imphal, today. He said the Congress does not believe in cultural imperialism and it is of the view that one part of the country should not rule other parts as each state has its own voice which should be respected. Senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal also refuted the Prime Minister's claims of dynastic politics prevalent in the Congress. He added that instead of talking about dynastic politics, Mr. Modi should focus on issues confronting the people such as farm crisis and joblessness. Delhi BJP has filed a complaint to the Election Commission against Aam Aadmi Party, alleging that they are violating the Model Code of Conduct by trying to incite communal tension. A delegation led by Leader of Opposition in the Delhi Assembly, Vijendra Gupta, and BJP MP Ramesh Biduri met Election Commission this afternoon and submitted a memorandum. Mr. Gupta also accused the AAP of making phone calls to voters and telling the voters that the names have been deleted from voter lists.
कॉल सेंटर्स में जो फोन किए जा रहे हैं, वोटर्स को कंफ्यूज किया जा रहा है और जिस तरह से यहाँ धरना देकर आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं ने उस पूरी कार्रवाई को रोकने की कोशिश की है, उस पूरे मामले पर आज इलेक्शन कमीशन को मिलकर के हमने सीडीज और बाकी सारी चीजें सौंपी हैं.
The Gauhati High Court has declared strikes and road or rail blockades as illegal in Assam and directed the police to lodge FIRs against organizations who call for bandh. Hearing a writ petition, Justice Ujjal Bhuiyan said the Gauhati Police Commissioner or any of his subordinate officers whom he may authorize will have to file an FIR in Gauhati within 24 hours of the state bandh or statewide blockade. The court further said investigating officers in all such cases shall carry out investigation expeditiously and file charge sheets before the competent criminal court promptly so that the offenders can be tried in a fast-track mode. In Bihar, 55 companies of Central Paramilitary Forces have been deployed in different parts of the state to ensure free and fair polls. Strict vigil is being maintained in the Naxal-affected districts of Aurangabad, Gaya, Nawada and Jamui, where the first phase of elections will be held on the 11th of next month. Combing operation has already been launched against Maoists and flag march is being carried out to instill confidence among the electorate. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
News Services Division of All India Radio is broadcasting a special live program, Janadesh 2019, on the developments related to the upcoming general elections 2019.
Tune in to the FM Gold channel of AIR from 4:05 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. every day till the announcement of results to listen to this special program.
Germany has initiated a move at the European Union to designate Jaish-e-Mohammed Chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist days after China blocked a bid at the United Nations to ban him. According to diplomatic sources, Germany was in touch with several member nations of the European Union to list Azhar as a terrorist, which will result in his travel ban as well as freezing of his assets in the 28-country bloc. JEM had claimed responsibility for the Pulwama attack. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said free media is the cornerstone of democracy and it can actually be a force multiplier to sustain it. Delivering the first Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication in New Delhi today, Mr. Naidu said media should play a pivotal role in spreading correct and credible information. Mr. Naidu said if media can present report cards of parties in an objective manner, the country can boast of cleanest and most vibrant democracies of the world.
Use of money, muscle power, breaching the limits of election expenditure, invoking caste, religion, criminal accidents of the candidates, paid news, fake news, violating the norms of a level playing field, violating the model code of conduct, inadequate representation of women in legislature are the major pitfalls of our democracy and need to be addressed in quick time to make our elections more credible and inclusive.
Paying tributes to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Mr. Naidu said,
Atalji was indeed a great democrat, and his contribution to enriching the democratic spirit of the country has very few parallels. His contribution as an outstanding parliamentarian to enriching the democratic discourse is indeed legendary. Sri Vajpayee has been one of the tallest leaders of post-independence India who ushered in a connectivity revolution in the country.
Prasar Bharati Chairman Dr. A. Surya Prakash, who presided over the event, said that it is important for the media to be transparent and fair. Social media platforms and Internet and Mobile Association of India will come up with a code of ethics by this evening for the Lok Sabha elections. The Election Commission met the representatives of Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Google, among others, in New Delhi yesterday on the use of social media during polls. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora asked them to come with a similar code of conduct like the Model Code of Conduct. The Election Commission has appointed transgender social activist Gauhati Sawant as one of the 12 election ambassadors from Maharashtra. Transgenders got the right to vote for the first time in 2014 following a Supreme Court order. According to the Commission, Gauhati Sawant's appointment would help in more people from this category getting registered for the voters' enrollment. Renowned sportsmen, filmmakers and literary personalities have been appointed as goodwill ambassadors to induce more voters to vote in the Lok Sabha elections. At the 5th South Asian Football Federation Women's Championship, defending champion India will take on Bangladesh in the second semi-final shortly. Early in the day, Nepal entered in the final of the SAF Women's Championship. Our correspondent has the details.
In a short while from now, four-time defending champions India will take on Bangladesh. Coach Bimal Rocky has said that Indian team will play its attacking game and match will be interesting. Since beginning of the championship in 2010, India has won all 21 matches. In the last edition of the tournament in 2016, India had defeated Bangladesh 3-1 to lift the trophy. In the first semi-final, host Nepal easily defeated Sri Lanka by 4-0. Rajkumar, AIR News, Kathmandu.
India has been performing exceptionally well at the Special Olympics at Abu Dhabi in UAE, and they hope to cross the 300 mark by this evening as far as medal tally is concerned. Our correspondent reports that it will be the best performance ever by Indian special athletes.
Every special athlete at the Special Olympics has a story to tell, and these are no ordinary tales, but those colored with grit and determination and hope. Shalu, who has a speech impairment and learning disorder, was homeless on the streets of Amritsar after her parents abandoned her at the age of 4. At the All India Pingalwada Charitable Society, which is also an orphanage, Shalu took exceptional interest in sports and supported by them, and with her own determination to do something, today she has won 4 silver medals for India in the powerlifting. India has been performing exceptionally well at the Special Olympics, and according to Victor Vaz, the head of the Indian delegation at the Special Olympics, they hope to cross the 300 mark by today evening as far as the medal tally is concerned. This is by far the best performance by Team Bharat ever at the Special Olympics. Kanchan Prasad, AIR News, Dubai.
And now, before we close, the headlines once again. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant wins vote of confidence in the Assembly. BSP Chief Maywati announces not to contest Lok Sabha election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says his government worked with the spirit of India first instead of family first. Institutions were the biggest casualty of dynastic politics in the past. Gauhati High Court declares strikes, road or rail blockades as illegal and directs police to lodge FIRs against organizations calling for bandh. Germany initiates move at the European Union to designate Jaish-e-Mohammed Chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist. And in sports, at South Asian Football Federation Women's Championship, India to take on Bangladesh in semi-finals at Biratnagar shortly. In another semis, Nepal beat Sri Lanka. And that's all we have for you in the Midday News. Goodbye.